Singletrack Session number 76 here with the TrailManners podcast. We are back in Bomber Studio.
Yep.
Studio 78 has taken some R&R. It just won't start.
It won't start.
It will not start. I thought it was just out of gas.
It'll turn over, but it won't engage.
Yep. So it'll go, but
Right.
no, brum, brum, brum. So
It just sits there and teases you.
yeah, so it's I pulled it out of my garage.
Yeah.
Because I was going through my garage to organize, and I
Right.
couldn't get it back in the garage,
Right.
and I don't want to push it. So
No.
it's sitting in the driveway, just sunning a little bit.
What sun? This
Yeah.
is gray and gloomy.
Last few days, huh?
Last couple weeks.
Yeah, we took a turn for the worst here in winter with no snow.
Yeah.
Just cold
was
and
cold.
miserable. Yeah, yesterday's run was one of the colder runs we've done all winter.
Yeah, I'm over it now. Done.
Ready for some
Ready
warmth.
for the spring.
I'm ready
Bring
for
it.
Red Mountain 55K, right?
Yes.
Get down there in a couple weeks. But it is Valentine's Day officially today. So
Yes.
the show you're listening to, it's actually Thursday or later. Depends
Right.
on how long it takes to download. But we're
But
recording
still,
on Valentine's Day.
Happy cheese curd day.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
If you didn't see our post, we threw some cheese curds out there. Couldn't find any cool memes with cheese curds and Valentine's mixed together.
Gotcha.
But I'll tell you what, when you're on Operation Svelte
Yeah.
and you're Googling cheese curds,
Uh-oh.
that's a tough night ahead of you.
Yeah.
Like I was up all night dreaming.
I'm sure.
I was like in a bathtub of cheese curds, kind
That's
of just
gross.
sitting there soaking,
Ew.
And it was a long night. I woke up hungry,
Yep.
but
I'm sure.
refrained. I went and got a workout in, had a drink, and that was pretty much it. So happy Valentine's Day. As we posted, especially doing it Star Wars Han style. What's that, solo? That's okay. We love you here at the TrailManners podcast. I call it a happy VD day, for those that aren't appreciative. So, oh boy. So last episode, we had crazy mother runner Sherilyn Trayer on the show.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun.
She's a good lady.
She
She's
is.
fun. She's neat. Great runner. Doing great things for the women and running community. I like what she's doing.
Yeah, just in general, and it was just fun having her in the hot seat. Kind of
Yeah.
got kind of really pressured her there at the end.
Did we?
Yeah, I went back and listened to it, and we were dropping the hammer on her.
Oh, we were pressuring her
Yeah,
to
yeah.
run the 50K
Yeah.
at this. Well, duh, that's our game. That's what we do.
And then we had Sylvia Greer commented.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah. They'll pressure you into
That's our
running.
game.
That's how we roll. So it's
Yeah.
part of the MO here at the TrailManners podcast.
She tried to push back on us a little bit when we got off air. She goes, "So you guys are coming out to my spin class?" And we're like, "No,
No.
it doesn't work that way."
She told us we could wear tank tops
Yeah,
if we go to her spin class, but...
and we can use the big old granny seats.
And I found out if I got a whole roll of toilet paper and just tucked it right there
Yeah,
and sat just on that roll of toilet paper,
you'd be all right with that.
or paper towels, that's what I mean. Just
Okay.
a big long thing of paper towels, like a soft foam roller right
Yeah.
under the area, the undercarriage.
Gotcha.
I might be able to last a little bit on a spin bike.
Yeah, I'm not doing that, dude.
Yeah.
No way.
I'm not a spinner. I
I'm
told her
not
I'd
a
fall off.
spinner either.
I'd said I'd probably tip over. She goes,
Yeah.
"It's a stationary bike." I'm
Doesn't
like,
matter.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes it even worse.
You think my running mechanics are weird?
Yeah,
Wait till you
right.
see my riding.
That's all. What's the word?
It's like it's janky.
Janky. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the word I was looking for. It's all janky.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a fun show. Great gal. And hope she does run the Speedgo 50K in all seriousness.
Yeah.
Even someone posted, hey, I ran a marathon and it wasn't enough, right? It was like you were wanting more.
Right.
And I think for the Speedgo, that's one of the things, unless you're like new or not sure or haven't
Yeah.
done the distance, 25K is fine. But I think
Right.
for someone like Sherry's ability
Oh, yeah.
and what she
She'll be
does,
fine.
yeah, she could do that. Walk away with a hoof.
With the they got cool medals,
They do. They're
or
always
at least
like
they have in the past.
bottle openers, die cut metal that open bottles on a paracord.
That one does.
Mm-hmm. Speedgo?
I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah,
I
mine-
didn't realize it was a bottle opener too.
Yeah, mine was a couple
Double
of them. I think.
bonus.
Oh yeah, anytime you can get a bottle opener, you never know. I mean, those are good to have everywhere.
Yeah,
And except the ones on the bottom of flip flops.
those are stupid.
That's the ones I'm not a fan of.
No.
And I have animals. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking that touches the ground if you go into
Right.
a restroom or doggy
Yeah.
poop and you're popping your beer bottle.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan.
No.
Not a huge fan
Just
of those.
straight up E. coli on the beer.
Yeah, and the rest of your body
Yeah.
later. So, but yeah, big week. Had some races coming up this past weekend. Thought it would be nice to shout out to Karl. Win his 100-mile win at the Lone Star 100.
How many does that make for him?
40.
Wow.
Okay, now here's, like, 40 is a lot, right? In 100-mile wins. Not just running, but this is the cool stat. That's 18 years in a row he's won a 100-mile race.
That's so impressive.
That's ridiculous.
Right.
And I think, I've been reading things and someone says, I don't know if that can be. It's one of those records where I don't think will be broken. Like, there's records out there, like PRs and other stuff, especially in other sports. You're like, well, that's going to be tough. Cal Ripken's consecutive games played in baseball will never be touched, in my opinion. People are big wussies nowadays. But I just can't see anybody winning a 100-mile race 18 years straight.
What if he does another 5 years?
Yeah.
Which he could do. I mean,
Easy.
you can start cherry-picking your races, but still.
Yeah.
23 years in a row of winning a 100-miler, that'd be so impressive.
Well, look at all the younger runners right now, because you're talking 18 years. So if they're 20-ish, if 5 even,
right?
No one has the longevity in the sport, right? At that level, it's not even a matter of winning. It's just people aren't in the sport that long anymore.
No, well, I mean, they're probably not thinking about racing like he is for that long. Maybe they'll stay in it
for fun, RDing.
They'll just do shorter distances.
Yeah, for fun. But congratulations to Karl on that. That's pretty stellar.
Something else.
That's it's hard to fathom, and I'm sure you'll be seeing a lot more of him on the 8 million running podcasts that are out there. He'll be on a few of those, I'm sure.
Yeah, 1 or 2, right? maybe not. I don't know.
I think he will. He's got his endorsements. He's got the Red Bulls and everybody else.
The Red Bulls.
Yeah, right. They need some love.
Speaking of Red Bull, they had a pretty good win this last weekend.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
man. A lot of crazy. Tarawara.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Dylan
Bowman. Yeah, Debo.
Yeah, he's a Red Bull runner.
He loves that course. He loves going down there.
Yeah,
and crushed it.
Ran really fast.
Yep.
Beat one of the Coconino Cowboys
in horrible conditions.
Did not look fun.
Not at all. I mean, that's a great race that happened this weekend. Orcas Island 100.
Yep.
Our buddy, inventor of trail running, Gabe Joyce, walked away with the 100-mile win there.
He did, under 20 hours, which I think is pretty good for that course.
Yeah, I mean, not until I get out in that neck of the woods, but that's awesome. So, I mean, there's just a lot going on. Olympics are going on right now.
Uh-huh.
I got a beef.
About what?
Just the Olympics in general.
Because they're showing too much ice skating? That's my opinion.
Well, I mean, there's too many sideshows. Right? It's like
I don't pay attention.
So, and that's the problem. Is like you should be focusing like the Chloe Kim, right? Kim Chloe, the 17-year-old snowboarder girl.
Oh, the girl that won
the half pipe.
Half pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about it? She won. That's all you need to know, right?
Exactly. But I mean, that's the stories you should focus on more that way. But then they come like that. I've been seeing a lot on this figure skater judge, and he's like dresses up like the Hunger Games. He does his hair just nutty, furry,
crazy,
right? And it's like they're talking about him more, and that's fine. But I mean, there's been some cool things, like an American skater did female first triple axel.
Oh my gosh,
right?
That was amazing.
Landed it, and some cool stuff that I think you should be following.
She stuck that, man.
But they're focused on this weird stuff. Shaun White just yesterday wins a half pipe, and there's already 2 controversies.
Why?
One is, I guess, some sexual harassment allegations
against him.
Yeah, from a year ago.
Ooh,
it's
been around for a while.
Yeah, it's been out for. It's been gone. It's settled, I guess. And someone was talking to him after his win last night.
Yeah,
and he, probably didn't pick the best choice of words, but he was, he's just celebrating a freaking gold medal.
Yeah.
And they asked him about it, and he's like, I'm not worried about the sexual harassment gossip.
Right.
And people it's not, people just went after him, and he's like, hey, poor choice of words.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Huh.
And then after he won, he had someone gave him an American flag he draped over, and it touched the ground behind him on the snow. And so now a lot of people are pissed at that.
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like there's so many of these nitpicky things going on with the Olympics.
That's ridiculous.
It's like focusing on the athletes that train. You for perfect example, you work a bomber athlete, you have dealt with some extremely dedicated athletes.
Yeah.
Not all of them say the Olympic level, but to get at that Olympic level, the dedication you need to do, the sacrifice you and your family make.
Especially nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then it's just not him. It's like there's so many side stories. There's the male figure skater that came out, he said he's gay. Right.
Yeah. So
and they're focusing on that. I'm like, is he?
Dude, focus on the skating.
Yeah. Is he
focus
a good
on the snowboarding?
Skater?
I mean, if they're a bad person, they're a bad person. They shouldn't be there. But
that's the way it goes.
Yeah,
right.
I just watched his run, Shaun White's run,
Yeah.
and then I was done. I turned it off. I didn't watch anything else.
Yeah. Well, I'm not, but it's just like that's the stuff that gets bombarded.
Right.
And it's like, can't we focus on some of the positive? Like, it's so many negative
Yeah.
little nitpicks. Some are, I'm not saying they're all little. Some there's some issues. I'm not saying there's not. But if it's in the past and it's been resolved, then they're only bringing it up because now he's back. Like Shaun White and the sexual harassment. It's back in the spotlight.
Yeah, I forgot that had happened.
And a lot of people don't know anything about it until now.
I didn't follow along too closely.
Yeah, I didn't either.
And I don't know the whole backstory.
Yeah, I don't either. But basically what I was reading is it's like it was settled over a year ago. Like it's gone.
Yeah.
And I know that, and I don't know the story, and I know that's not it's a bad topic in general. It's just not a good thing. And we see a lot of that coming to light more nowadays. But to do stuff like that at the peak moments, right? It's like that was there last week. Right. No one brought it up.
Right. Oh, yeah.
You know what
definitely.
I mean?
I mean, why didn't they bring it up
a week ago, 2 weeks ago, a month ago? So, yeah, that's the only problem I have with the Olympics is I'm with you. I could turn the sound off and just watch the event.
Yeah, in a way. I mean, the sound really does add to it unless somebody's being obnoxious. I guess like that commentator for the figure skater. He's making it about himself, which is not right. You need to focus on the athlete.
Yeah, I mean, they're the ones that earn the right to be there. So that's my little rant for the week.
I hate it.
Because I love the Olympic for the fact that, I mean, you just know to a degree of what these athletes go through to get there.
Oh, yeah.
And then you see the tragic ones where they fall or they crash, and you're just like, oh, my gosh, man, 4 years or longer, realistically, and it comes down to the smallest mistake, and it's done.
Did you watch any of the luge?
I just saw the wreck.
I didn't see the wreck, but I saw the men's competition a couple nights before, and I was really interested to see how those guys steer. Yeah. So their foot, it's like they're stepping on the gas pedal.
Yep, the little levers in the front.
Yeah, so it's up and down with their feet.
Yeah.
The steer, that is so cool.
That's crazy. And it's like sensitive.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you push a little, your foot spasms, you're crashed.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean?
It changes your trajectory of coming out of turns or going into turns. It's really amazing.
Well, and you're talking tenths of seconds. You know what I mean?
Hundreds
it's like,
of seconds almost.
I mean, the error there is just ridiculous.
And to be sliding down that sheet of ice.
That fast. No,
that
I'm
takes
good.
some big cojones.
Yeah, I'm good. Just give me a toboggan and a hill. I'm good.
Not even that anymore, man. I'm too old to be doing that stuff.
But yeah, I mean, it's just a lot going on.
Well, last week we had Running Up for Air.
That's right. Local here.
I know. It's a pretty big event.
It's really neat to see how Jared's grown this, because when he first did it, it was kind of the fat ass underground. We're kind of sneaky.
Yeah, and kind of this masochistic event. Yeah. And it's still a gnarly event, but just to see the quality of people that showed up to participate, pretty impressive.
Well, and you were there volunteering, so you saw camera crews following runners.
Yeah, lots of camera crews.
New gear testing.
Oh, I saw some new gear.
Right?
Holy cow.
Some
I'm
killer.
excited about it.
You saw Luke, Ty.
Excited about this one hydration vest that's coming out in 2019. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I've heard you've talked about yesterday. You talked about it, but we can't talk about it.
We talked about it
a little bit, but we can trust it.
Right.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, some great photos. People putting out some tremendous efforts.
Yes, that's what I was really impressed with. Is I never saw during my shift. I was there for 8 hours, so I was there from 6 until 2 p.m. Never saw somebody come in and say, "This is stupid. I'm done." Everybody really put their heartfelt effort into getting as many laps as they could.
And so, what's the vert for one trip up?
I think it's 2,500 feet.
And how far distance wise is it?
I don't know.
Really, I'm putting you on the spot.
Don't.
So like 2,500 foot climb, and then you come back down, and then back up, and it's as many times you can do in a X amount of time. 24, 12, 6.
Yeah, whatever you signed up for.
And a lot of people in 6 hour, kind of the average would be like 3.
I think that's what they're shooting for. Most people are shooting for 3.
That's kind of the average, and then there's like the go-getters.
The winners maybe got 4.
Man, that's insane.
Yeah, it is.
4 hours to do, or 6 hours doing 4 trips up.
Yeah.
That just gives you an idea of the difficulty of that. Cold.
It was not pleasant.
Yeah. You were saying you were cold and you were in a tent.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, I was outside the tent the whole time. Timing. Talking to people, hanging out.
Not talking a lot, though.
No, I got kind of called out on that from the Crazy Mother Runner and Mama Warren.
Oh, yeah?
I was busy, ladies. I was focused.
Joel was dialed in.
That's right. That's just kind of how I work. If I got a task I got to accomplish, I'm very single-minded on that. And I try not to let that periphery bother me
Just
at
like
that point.
the Olympics. You built up to that timing day, and you were locked in, right? You knew you had 8 hours to be locked and loaded.
But one of the things I took away from one of the main things I took away from just volunteering and watching is how focused the front runners were.
Yeah.
In not only their transition, but moving with purpose and eliminating unnecessary time in the aid station and just getting after it.
Yeah. Well, Jeff Browning was there too, right?
Yes.
So we had some other...
he was
coming off an injury.
He's got a quad injury.
And then Ty was getting ready for his white something 100-mile.
Yeah, he was kind of being a big slack ball in the aid station, though.
Being Ty, just hanging out, talking,
yeah,
being friendly.
I thought he was going to do 24, but he ended up just doing 12 hours.
But he still did like 17,000 feet.
Right, that's hard. 30-some-odd miles.
Man.
Just taking it easy right before his 100-miler.
Yeah.
Luke looked on point, focused, and fierce.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And so did Jam.
Oh, yeah, Jamil Curry was
there, and he got stronger as the day went on. He looked really strong.
Nice.
Some of the local guys, Brad Sween looked really good.
Yeah.
Holy cow, you cannot ignore those thighs.
The quadzillas.
Yeah. Huge quads.
Nice.
You think Gabe's got big quads? No.
We need a quad off.
Yeah, we need a
time
quad off.
Gabe comes through town, we'll pull out the
We'll lube him up and get him up on the stage.
put a little baby oil on him.
That's right, baby.
Then we got to take out the Taylor tape, you know,
Yeah.
for tailors and measure them.
Yep, exactly.
And, poke on pods, do some testing.
Yeah, that
Quad
was
off.
really cool to see. And then I liked how they had their aid station kind of set up for their drop bags. So if you got there early, if you were one of the first 24, 12-hour starters, you got yourself a rack to put your stuff on.
I saw the pictures of that.
And I was like, that is a dang good idea if you're one of the first runners to get there. If you're one of the later runners to get there, then you had no spot to put your stuff. I was like, I like that. I like organization like that.
Yeah. Well, it makes it nice, too, when you come in, because, you know, when you come into some, depends on the race. You come into some aid station with a drop bag. Some people will catch you before and they'll run over and grab it for you, volunteers. Some of them are laid out numerically.
Mm-hmm.
Some are just laid on a tarp and just go for it.
Just
hope you recognize it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if you were able to place yours on a rack, you knew right where it was every single time.
Yep.
Kind of like a triathlon transition
kind
zone,
of,
right?
yeah.
Very similar to something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good idea, though.
Well, it helped reduce the amount of space that was being used in that area because it's limited space.
Well, you're vertical,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
So it's like you're not just laying stuff everywhere. People are stepping on your drop bags.
That was good. And then, you know, Rock was there. He had his aid station set up, and that always went nice and smooth.
Yeah.
And he's such a good guy.
I love Rock Gordon.
I think that this race has got a lot of upside coming down in the next few years. I overheard Jared talking about maybe changing the course a little bit. And if that happens, watch out.
Man. Well, and it's cool that it's catching on. Our friends at Suffer Better are doing a RUFA in Colorado.
Yep.
Again, and it's running up for air, and it's basically for quality air awareness.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just a race. It's trying to raise funds.
Raising money.
Yeah, say, hey, we need better air quality.
Oh,
and that's for everybody. So it's cool to see it catching on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the guys that Suffer Better and Jared got together, worked that out. So it's a really cool movement, especially for our states that just are amazing, but they just suck in the winter with air.
They do.
Right? It's horrible. Okay, coming up, we have, you know, it's kind of cool because we love the old SNB Squirrels Nut Butter.
Yep.
They had a big announcement today of their new product.
I saw that.
They had people saying, "What do you got coming?" And someone's like, "Lip balm," and blah blah. I'm like, man, what if you put it was like all in one, lip balm and chafe? You just lips, groin, boobies, lips. You know what I mean? That'd be bad.
That would be bad.
But they came out with the Born to Rub.
Yeah.
It's pain relief.
I love that.
It's got arnica and hand-picked chilipin. Is that right? Chiltepin?
I don't know. I
Some
thought
type
they said
of peppers.
hand-picked children.
Yeah, hand-picked children.
Hand-picked
Pick some children from the Copper Canyons of Mexico.
Yeah.
It's a warming relief for muscle fatigue, strains, joint pain, soreness, arthritis, bruising, and minor aches. So basically, what I need to buy a bunch of this.
Yeah.
I'm going to melt it down and throw it in my tub and just lay in it.
Oh, that could feel good.
It could.
And a little weird.
You could. You'd have to maybe tape up some stuff. You know what I mean? Just to make sure. I mean, there's chili peppers of some sort.
Oh, my gosh.
You just got to make sure you don't get those in, you know, the places you don't want to get them.
Openings.
Yeah, because then you're just going to have to hurry and jump in a tub of ranch dressing to cool off.
Yeah, I know, right? You dipping into the ranch. Don't double dip in the ranch, though.
Turn into a human deep fried cheese curd. Just like, and we'll batter and rinse. But it's pretty cool. I'm excited to get my hands on it because I've tried some different brands of this type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I can see some benefits to it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not familiar with these peppers.
The hand-picked children.
Yeah, the hand-picked children from the Copper Canyons.
Right.
But I don't know, a lot of good things come out of the Copper Canyons. So why
Yeah,
not
they
hand-pick,
fast
children?
runners.
Arnica, again, not a super smart guy here. Not sure what Arnica is.
That helps with bruising.
But I know that if you take a few letters out, it spells Eric. So I'm like, you take out
it must be a pretty good
the N and the A,
Yeah.
and you got Eric. So I'm like, all right, well, Eric's good to have on your body from what I hear. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. What else we got? Oh, Golden Ticket Race coming up this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Black Canyon.
Yes.
The one that Joel just has been eyeing for years.
I know. Next year for sure.
So that's a Golden Ticket Race.
Yeah.
And,
Fast guys.
and again, you'll have to excuse us. We look at names for sure, and there's some we just don't know. And there's always wild card names, right?
Yeah,
I mean, there's
for
always
sure.
names that come out of the nowhere, and you're like, oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
But I mean, this one, Zach Bittner, Tim Frericks, Eric Sensman. I mean,
Yeah.
those are three names that really stood out to
Those
me.
three
But I
can
know
just
there's
crush
more
it.
on there.
Yeah.
Ford, a few other gentlemen on there. But again, depends on the day.
Yeah. I think the weather's going to be okay.
Depends on the strategy, because you got some of the Cowboys, right?
Well, one of those guys was running away with it last year, and then he had to walk it in because he blew up because he just couldn't get any calories down.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. The women's side's a little interesting too.
How so?
Courtney DeWalter's in.
I saw her name.
And the rumor through the intraweb, social media is, well, now that she won just a week ago,
Right. She'll scratch.
she'll scratch. Well, now she didn't. Apparently, she got on, interviewed with somebody, and says, "No, I'm running.
No, I'm running. Yeah, no problem. I'm just going to go out and win.
Yeah, I need another win under my belt.
I need some downhill training.
Yeah, I need to lock up this Ultra Runner of the Year award by May.
Yeah. Gosh.
But yeah, she'll be there.
Amazing.
This will be interesting to see how she recovers. Right?
At
like
this point, you're just like, please, just no.
don't overdo it.
Just go and chill, enjoy
Get
some beer, and
get some squirrel's nut butter.
Yeah,
Born to
with some
rub
children.
the children rub and
Yeah.
put it on there. There's some other women's names on there as well. But I mean, right away.
Hers was the one that stood out.
Well, and it's really difficult because you look at it and you're like, okay, she just redlined last week and won a race,
Yep.
so she won't this week. But I can't say that. For
yeah.
me, it's like, gotta say she's a favorite. Like
Yeah.
the favorite.
I mean, it's downhill.
It's, I don't know, crazy. But yeah, more golden ticket races. So there's people right now, as we speak, kind of just got that little butterfly going.
Oh, for sure.
Because there's only two for the men, two for the women. There's more people up for that, obviously, than the two. So, and there's friends, guys that train together, gals that train together. Basically are duking it out.
They are.
If Courtney wins, obviously she wouldn't get, go to second and third, I think, how it works. So, it's a little different there. But on the men's side, man, I mean, the names I saw in there, I'd say right now Tim Frericks is my guy.
My guy, too.
Eric Sensman trains with him.
I know.
Right? But then you can't, Zach Bitter,
He can have a good day.
He can. And there's other guys on there, like I mentioned. But those are the names that really popped out.
Right.
But as you say those, Frerick, Sensman, Bitter, just saying those three names, and only if everything goes 100% well, two of them.
I'm going to go with Frericks for the win.
I'm there too, for sure. I think he's been
It's
running
his home
well.
course.
He's been running well. He wants to
I
continue
think he wants
getting
that
all the
redemption
Cowboys
from last
there.
year.
Yeah, so that's my pick for that one for sure. But yeah, we'll be back on next week with the.
We'll recap that real quickly next week.
Yeah, we'll say, okay, so here's what we said, here's what we knew, and here's what happened.
And here's how we were so wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And who is this?
Yeah.
And how do we find out more? But last week we had our own contest. Joel had got some Salomon stuff.
Yes.
That it wasn't his size.
Just I couldn't force myself into it.
Yeah, he couldn't fit it. So we have a Salomon jacket and a Salomon vest, hydration vest. This is retail. What do you think total prize money is there between the two jackets?
Over $200.
Oh, easy.
The vest was $150.
Yeah, so we're looking over $2 bills.
Yeah,
retail.
Yeah,
brand new stuff.
Yep.
In small.
Yeah, they're
so
small.
we limited to who could win this.
Yeah,
but it was great to see all you small people.
Yeah,
put your name in.
Tell us what concert you wanted to go see this summer.
And there was a lot.
There was.
In fact, Joel mentioned he got tickets to.
I got tickets to the Avett Brothers.
And I went home
Yeah.
that day, had them in my shopping cart
Yeah.
to go to Colorado, to Red Rocks,
Yeah.
place I've always wanted to go
Right.
see a show, and these guys would be awesome at Red Rocks.
Yeah, they would.
And I didn't buy the tickets. I couldn't do it.
Red Butte Gardens is starting to release a little bit of their.
I'm hoping they're coming, man.
Oh man, if they come, that's cool. I might be a little bit ticked, but
Well, I had to email our buddy or text one of the two, Harry, right? Because he's a concert goer.
yeah.
And I'm like, hey, have you seen the Avett Brothers in concert? He goes, yeah, I saw him, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, was it worth it? He's like, yeah, they do a good show. And I'm like, dang it. And he's like, I'm hoping they end up at Red Butte. And I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, maybe I'll wait.
Exactly.
And I haven't bought my Red Butte season pass to be there because
Right.
you get like first dibs on tickets.
Yeah, you
or
do.
pricing. So once I see their list,
That's what I was gonna do.
and I might join just to
Yeah.
get good tickets because that's a great venue.
Oh my gosh, such a great.
And they
venue.
always bring just good bands.
They do.
Right? So
Trombone Shorty's coming. That's the first.
They've already
concert.
started announcing.
Well, yeah, they announced his
Okay.
date in September. I like him, but not enough to go see him.
Well, the bummer is they don't, because I looked on there, they announced their concert series in April.
Yeah.
So if I'm like, okay, well, if that, Avett Brothers aren't coming here, I'm
Yeah.
probably out. They'll be gone probably by Red Rock in April.
Or the ticket price would be way too much.
Yeah, and I'm not diving into that. So anyway, we'll back to the contest. We had some great answers
Yeah.
from some small people.
Yeah.
But we picked a winner,
We did.
Sophia Vasquez.
Sophia Vasquez.
So, Sophia, I hope you're listening to the show because that's how
know.
you find out if you win.
Yep.
Right? And so if you are Sophia Vasquez,
Mm-hmm.
send me manners at TrailManners.com. Send me your shipping address, and we
Yeah.
will get you out your brand new Salomon jacket and Salomon vest.
I know.
I hope you're listening
Yeah.
because if you don't get back to me, then we have to go to number 2, which we haven't picked yet.
Nope, we haven't.
So congratulations, Sophia. If you know her, tell her to listen to the show. Don't
That's
just say,
right.
hey, you won. You say, you should go listen to Singletrack Session number 76.
That's right.
Don't cheat it out. Make them listen. Sweat it out. Hey, we've talked about another race.
Yeah.
The Fragrance Lake. Have you seen what happened there this weekend?
I saw the picture. That looks cool. What's
It's canceled.
going on? Why?
Plane crash. On course.
Well, that's a bummer.
Just a couple days ago. So Fragrance Lake race. It's in Washington, the Chuckanut area.
Yep.
First year race, I think.
Huh.
Maybe not. I'm not going to say that. I take that back. Anyway, it's put on by Candace Burt and
Yep.
someone else. Looks amazing.
Yeah.
It's this weekend, and I just saw an announcement that there was a plane crash on the trail, not just in the vicinity, on the trail, and there's a
Smack in
fatality.
the middle of the trail.
Yep, fatality.
Dang.
So they're investigating it. So they had to cancel the race.
Oh,
They said
man.
we don't know if we can move it yet.
That's too bad.
They don't know what's happening
Well,
at this
I'm
point.
sure you get the NTSB, yeah, and NTFC. You get those guys involved.
Yeah.
That takes a while to get anything done.
Well, and you got to clean it up, and then there's repair to the trail.
Yeah, or you can keep it. It's like a steeplechase. You just got to jump over the body parts.
Yeah. There's the black box. I'll
and
jump
the
right over
plane
that.
parts. Yep.
But yeah, that's a bummer to see that was canceled, and it was
Yeah.
kind of neat though because obviously it's never good canceling a race as a race director, and we
Yeah.
kind of have some experience with that.
Yep.
But I mean, they're a few days out when they had to cancel that.
Yeah, I mean those people that might have been flying in for that.
You just
Be bummed.
and some of the comments I saw were good. It's like, hey, you know what? Totally bummed, but completely understand.
Yeah, there's
You
nothing
know,
to do about that.
There
right?
really is, and as a race director, like, well, that's
My hands are
kind of
tied.
out of my hands.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
feds are involved. I got to step back and let
Yeah,
them roll.
here they come, and they're gonna start doing all kinds of crazy stuff because it might have been a UFO for all I know, right? The cover up. So yeah, unfortunate for those of you running that. But that's what me and Joe were talking about. That it's like, man, there's that race, Black Canyon. There's same weekend.
Yep.
I still got to get up to the Chuckanut area. Oh
Yeah.
gosh,
Maybe next year do chucking that.
I'm hoping May I get a chance to go up there and run.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Have Jeff Hart give me a tour
Mm-hmm.
of some of the pretty mossy,
Yeah, the
big
pretty
tree, green, mist, all the cool stuff. I don't want any of the dumb stuff, just cool stuff.
The dumb stuff.
And I don't know what that is. So yeah, that's a bummer. We still got the TrailManners Ultra Runner of the Year contest
Oh, I think we have one person enter finally.
so far. So right now you're gonna win if
Yeah.
you just get one name out of 10 right.
All you got to do is get one.
Out of 10.
Yeah.
Right. So it's top 5 for 2018. So this calendar year right now
Who
It
do you think?
goes till February 25th, U.S. only. Top 5 men, top 5 women, Ultra Runner of the Year. So at the end of the year, when they make the announcement, we'll come back to this because you got to post it from Singletrack, I think 74,
Yeah.
on our website.
Yes.
Okay. Singletrack 74. And do your top 5 men, top 5 women. Me and Joel are going to enter, just to, kind of for fun. We won't win.
You keep talking about all the swag. I might enter for the swag.
Yeah. Good luck.
Like I need more swag.
So the 25th. So we got 11 days from this recording. So, you got some time.
Kind of.
You got some time, but right now we got one person, and if you get one name out of those 10 you selected, which I saw your list, I'm pretty sure you're going to get one right.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it doesn't matter what order they're in at this point. You're going to win. And congratulations, because the prize is going to be sweet. It's going to be a year's worth of just
swag.
Storing stuff away.
Yeah, exactly.
Of cool stuff. And as we just mentioned, we did have to cancel our Salomon Snowcross event that was scheduled for the 24th. I'm a little slow right now in getting out the email for refunds, just because we're still working through the expenses we lost on it, but we'll still get you your refunds.
Right.
So don't be concerned. And of course, hope you know it's canceled. I'll get right on that. So I apologize. We also, I want to talk to people right now. Everybody listen. Turn up your radios. Turn up your headphones. Turn up your 8 tracks. Whatever you're listening on.
Okay.
I want you to start tagging us on Instagram.
On the InstaKitty.
Yeah. I want you to start tagging us at. Not just the hashtagging it. I want some ad action.
Oh.
Tag the photo because I want to see more. And it's so hard sometimes to scroll through some of the sponsored ads and all that garbage. I just want to see the people that tag at TrailManners on their run.
That'd be nice. I like Instagram a lot.
I do too, because it's quick, it's short, sweet. Yeah. People are pretty creative. There's some things I don't care for, but I do like it, and I'd like to see where everybody runs. It's not just once a week, but just start tagging us. The @ sign, really cool @ sign. TrailManners, one word. Just tag your photo. We'd love to see more of that going on. So that's my little call out. So you can turn your radio back down. We'll get back to the normal show. We talked to a friend of ours via email last couple days.
Okay, who's that?
His name's Mike Ambrose. And
he's the endurance manager at
Salomon. So as you know, Joel and I, TrailManners here, we put on a little thing called the Ogdem Trail Running Festival. It's our year 2.
Yes.
It's May 4th and 5th. We've already got May 5th laid out, so you can go register for that. What a great Valentine's gift, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
For your loved one. Just register them for a race. Say, by the way, this is a gift that keeps on giving.
It does, and especially if you win. Holy cow.
Yeah, then it's like it's a win-win at that point. We can go big sushi dinner that night. Maybe even stay at a hotel. Whatever. But yeah, so that's a good one to register for that, and there's still some spots left. 10 mile, 4 mile. But Friday, we have the cool event, and we're working on an athlete. And man, I told Mike yesterday, fingers crossed, toes crossed. Let's make this work, because if it does, wow, right?
I'm excited and nervous at the same time.
Yep, just like last year.
More.
Yeah, just because this person you think is...
I'm nervous because this person's reputation precedes them.
Yeah.
And when this person comes to town, it is generally a tradition that you go out and drink heavily. And I'm not good at that.
So I'll have to be our designated substitute.
So
I got to train for that.
I'm thinking of actually having Turtle come in and pitch it for me.
Pitch it for you?
Yeah.
All right.
Because I think that he's pretty good at that.
I could raise my game.
I know, but you need like a wingman.
I do. Yeah. I would. But yeah, so we're really hoping to unfurl that Friday night. And when it does, I'm telling you what, if you're not one of the 100 people, I feel really bad. Like, I honestly do. It's not just saying that, but I mean, don't get me wrong. Last year with Anna was unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
One of the greatest running experience I've been a part of. Just because she's so amazing. But this one, I mean, wow, right? I mean, just another one, right? So we're not going to give away any more than we already have.
No, because we haven't locked it down.
We haven't locked it down.
It's not 100%. It's like 50 right now.
But there's some names that are floating around that we're like, we'll take any of them. Those would be. Sure. But when this came out, buy here, guys. This is what I'm working on. I'm like, okay, yes, please. Man, all right. So yeah, but just keep an eye out for that. Ears open. This week we do have a new WDYFTY winner, and this week was Joel's turn.
Yeah.
I'm actually headed to Sign Garage right after this recording to talk to them about some new hats that we've talked about. I'm working on our Taper Up logo. I think it'd be fun to make it just a couple limited edition ones of those, but I'm not a graphics guy, so I'm going to see what we could do. Because I think it's all about the lettering, right? How cool the letters look, too.
Yeah, I initially had an idea for the Taper Up, and
it's got to be the right font.
Yeah.
And it's got to look cool, right? So I'm going to head down there, talk to those guys. Okay. They do a lot of cool stuff. Right. I've got this new mug I'm hoping they're done with that they made for me. It's really cool. But yeah, they're the ones that sponsor this contest. We give away a hat every week.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd your feet take you? Starting to see some really cool photos on Instagram and Facebook with that hat on. The people that have already won, so congratulations. Last week's winner has not reached out to me yet.
Oh.
So hopefully that happens. But Joel picked the winner this week.
Yeah.
What do we got, Joel? Who is our winner?
Well, let's go through and talk about a couple of these first. We haven't done that in a while.
We haven't.
No. So our buddy Simon from Australia is rocking some swag.
He's got his swagging right. It's on point.
And then his good buddy Linda Matthews.
That was a sweet shot.
Bayview.
Yep.
Somewhere. Oh, Sydney. 2 photos. Looking good down there.
That is awesome.
Our buddy Bernheisel is back. He was out in San Diego running. That looks pretty good out there. Jason Koenig looks like he's next to a river.
Yeah, he does a lot.
Where's he at?
He's
Pocomo.
He does a lot of good ones. Yeah.
And then we had to send our condolences to Kate Collins because even that picture was awesome with the Stone Bridge, but it looks so dreary there in Connecticut.
Oh, I'm like, condolences, no, what happened?
Yeah, poor thing. Olivia Fleet, she was at Terraware, and that looks so muddy and awful.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I'm sorry about that, too. Ryan Heiner, I think it is, Bonneville Shoreline Trail. He was number 2 for me.
Was it?
Yes. Awesome. Just gorgeous views of the ridges and ridges and ridges. I love that. Our good buddy Flip Phone Martinez, of course, was seeing her best girl, Lake Blanche. Can't go wrong there. John Martin up in Hicks Lake, British Columbia. That was a good-looking photo.
John DeMartin always has some photos, man. BC.
I know. I really enjoyed that one. Spencer from Idaho.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Spencer, if you keep posting your Blair Witch-looking photos, you're going to be banned.
You're going to be on our waddle list.
Yeah. No more Blair Witch. All right. Preston Wood, great picture up at Granger for Rufa. And Preston, we're working on a present for you. So keep in touch. Maybe we'll get you something that you'll like and that you can wear.
Joel's got ideas.
Yep. Megan Skinner came in 3rd place. Megan Skinner Sessions, Indian Trail.
Okay.
That was a great photo. Our buddy Michael Lehman sitting in a chair in San Diego, looking pretty warm.
Yeah.
I like that.
I want to go to San Diego.
Church Rocks Trail by David Stephenson. I like it because it looks warm.
Hey, and real quick, David Stevenson, good luck.
I know, right?
This weekend, jackpot. You've been training so hard, man.
Looking
Me and
good.
Joel talk about you all the time. We're proud of you.
Yeah, we are.
Dropping the weight, probably feeling amazing.
Yeah.
Now you're headed down to this race. You've been training hard for it, just like we talked about. I mean, have good luck.
Yeah, have fun.
We're proud of you and enjoy your celebration down there.
That's right. All right, so Amy Butler looks like she's got a bum foot.
Yep.
But she's skiing still.
And she actually sent a message. She said that cheese curd cords are in.
Yeah.
In the Northeast.
That's
like,
how they roll up there?
Yeah, that's
nice.
So my CCCs, my cheese curd cords, are actually in. So I'm going to bring it here.
Okay.
Right? So I'm going to bring it, that style, to Ogden. I'll be the one that starts it.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
All right, so Alex Terrell, Avenues, looking pretty good in Salt Lake there. And then our winner for this week was Jen Payne.
Is it Jen McPayne?
Jen McPayne. Sorry, Jen.
Who looks like had a little pain going on.
So I think we can do is we can post 2 pictures from her run this past weekend. The picture right before the accident.
Yeah.
They're looking like they're having fun, running on the Bonneville Shoreline Trail.
Right behind my house.
And then there's a picture of her after the accident.
Oh, my gosh.
And she is really fortunate young lady.
Yes.
She had a pretty bad accident, and you have to go back through the Woody Footy from this past weekend to check it out. But congratulations. We hope that you heal up fast and see you on the trail.
And we're glad that you're safe, considering where you were and what happened. But she posting photos in a wheelchair, post-concussion. Yeah, just like, here I am. I'm like, well, you win. So, congratulations, Jenna. Yeah, we do. We hope you heal up and everything's all right, because that's scary.
Yeah,
and hats off to the friends that were with you that took really good care of you.
Exactly.
Got you off the mountain, got you to the hospital, and took care of you to make sure there was no further damage.
Yeah.
Right? We got our Strava group this week.
Who won?
Grant Guys. He did the Terraware this weekend. He did 97 miles.
Really?
Run time, Andy Noyes.
Of course.
24:54. Climbing was Robert Edminster, 25:778. So we had 3. There was no duplicate.
I think Robert was at the.
He was at Rufa, I think.
He was at Rufa doing. I think he was doing the 24-hour event.
That's some good vert, man.
Yeah, it is. He looked strong.
Yeah.
Throughout the day.
Did he?
Yeah, looked really strong. He's kind of a talker.
Yeah.
Like comes in through the start-finish area and likes to talk to the volunteers. So that was nice.
That's always good.
Yeah.
And I hope everybody out there is like that with what race they go to, just being good to the volunteers.
He lost his bib at one point.
Oh.
I didn't DQ him because I knew his number.
Yeah.
He was 16.
Okay.
Luke was number 81.
Wow.
Brad Swing was 5.
Rain Man over here is raking it in.
Let's see.
Who's number 8?
Who's number 8? Oh, that was a good question.
Dang it.
I don't remember
Dang
who
it.
number 8 was.
See, that's the one I would
It was somebody
remember.
in the 24-hour event.
Was it?
Because that's how the numbering went.
It was a guy or a girl, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Luke was 15.
Okay.
Crazy Mother Runner was 105. Tara Warren was number 104.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I didn't want to stop your roll there.
Yeah, I was rolling.
You were moving.
Yeah. Oh, Jeff Gerke was number 69. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
We'll leave that one out,
Yeah,
huh?
I remember that one because every time he'd come through, I'd giggle.
You just giggle. A little schoolboy giggle.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. We had one for sure Ask TrailManners.
Yeah.
Right? There was another one that came in, an email, but
We're
it
not
didn't,
sure.
But I'm not sure if it was one to say on the air because I didn't do an Ask TrailManners, so
Right.
we will answer that one via email. It was a great question.
Okay.
And once I clarify, once we answer it, if that's something, because I
can
think this will,
elaborate on
I
later.
think it will help other people. Like it's a great question as a race director.
Right.
Like it makes, and I know exactly what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll check that. But we did have one come through. It's set to the Barons of Switchbacks. Have you heard of Grand Circle Trail Fest? It looks really cool. One of my bosses was talking about it, and it sounds pretty rad.
Right.
Here's the link in case you didn't know.
Okay.
Keep up the frostomeness, fellas. Sincerely, I think it's Richard Allen.
Yes.
So have we heard of Grand Circle Trail Fest? The answer is yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's been around for, year 3 or 4?
Gosh, yeah.
Something like that. It's been around for a little while.
Yeah, this might be its 3rd year.
Historically, it seems to have sold out.
Yeah.
And it looked to me, and again, I could be wrong because I don't track everything, but in the early goings, it was more people from out of state who were filling it up. There wasn't a lot of people inside of Utah.
I think that first year for sure.
Yeah, so basically with the circle, and I haven't looked at the schedule and if it's tweaked much, but from my recollection, it's just a 3-day event where you basically, they set up in this baseball complex in the outfields, a bunch of tents in Kanab.
They're in
Kanab, Utah.
Right.
And they essentially will put you on buses and take you to different locations to run for the day. And then they feed you and take care of you at night.
You go to Zion one day, you go to Bryce one day.
I don't remember the logistics of it.
Where's the 3rd day? Where are they going the 3rd day?
I don't know.
Huh. I don't know.
But yeah, we have heard of it. Seems pretty cool because they do other stuff. They have people do speaking, and I think they do.
I think they had a film fest one night.
Film
too.
Fest,
Yeah.
and it's a cool event. It's like a trail festival, right?
Yeah,
that's why it's Trail Fest. But it's 3 days long. Kanab's a cool spot. Best Friends Animal Sanctuary's there.
Yeah.
It's a cool little town,
Close
small
to
town.
all the national parks.
Yeah, it's a great
they
setup.
probably go down the Grand Canyon.
Okay, there you go.
Probably.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I mean, it seems pretty cool. I know one of the original.
Founders?
Yeah, when Matt Gunn was involved.
Yeah. I think he's still involved.
And Craig Lloyd was involved early on. I don't know if he is anymore. But, I mean, both those guys, just naming those names are just spot on, right, as far as, like, logistics and planning, and they know what it's about for the runner.
Matt Gunn was number 101.
Oh, okay.
This past weekend.
All right. But I think since I don't think Craig's a part of it from my understanding. And, again, I don't quote me on this, and it's run more by the vacation races people.
Yeah.
But I know, like, for us is a perfect example. Like, we wanted to go down and do some podcasting once.
Yeah.
But we never did. But I know the price tag scares a lot of people away.
I think it's pretty hefty.
Yeah. And you get, and I don't, again, you'd have to go and look for yourself. But I'm not sure everything they give you, obviously you sleep in a tent in a baseball diamond. The shuttle to and from.
Yep.
You get a run.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's
a guide, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if it's aided in any way, shape, or form. I don't think it is.
That's a good question. I don't know.
And then I think they feed you. Plus, they've got the extracurriculars that go on.
Right.
They're part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it seems like a cool event.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been to it. I haven't really spoken to anybody that's been there personally
I haven't either.
Because a lot of them are from out of state.
Yeah.
So if you have been there, maybe you can comment on this for
I think that's good for Richard's curiosity.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's other people that are curious about it.
Right.
Again, it's just like
I think if
anything.
you're
There's
out
a
of
price
state,
tag.
this would be a great way of exploring that area.
Yep, with not really having to plan.
Yeah, because
right?
your logistics are taken care of for you.
And you get to see some national parks.
You get to see some cool stuff.
Yeah, really cool stuff. So, yeah, I think it's a cool opportunity. Again, I don't know all the scheduling for this year. I don't know the pricing for this year. But yeah, for someone like Richard, I think it'd be cool where he comes from the flattest area known to man.
Yeah.
I think you get on trails, Richard, as opposed to bike paths.
Oh.
You could probably step up your game on woody footies.
Oh, he's already won, so he doesn't have to anymore.
Oh, he does.
Does he?
And woody footies, yeah, chewy wooies.
Okay.
But no, it's a great place to experience. It's not like a hard rock, right, where it can just crush you. I mean, I'm sure there's some places that are, you know what I mean? I think this would be more for somebody like an everyday runner. Obviously, they tell you, this is what you should be able to do.
Right. I think I know where they run for Bryce.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know where they run for Bryce. But for the Zion one, I'm not quite sure where they take you.
Well, I think originally when I was reading stuff on it, they didn't want to make it to where you could only be a certain type of runner to experience it. They want to be for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think there's different distances each day you
think
can
so too.
do. So, yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for people. If you can afford it, awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and you have the time for
kind
it.
of a
It is. And that's with a lot of things.
limiting factor could be.
Yeah.
Because it's not like a couple $100.
No, it's a couple hundred to the third power.
I think it's a couple
fourth, fifth.
It's over 1,000, isn't it?
I can't remember.
I think it is.
I was thinking 900-ish, but that's close. But I mean, you got travel to get there, so you know if you're flying in or do something, there's some added stuff there.
Right. I think that would be a great way to experience that local area if you're not from this area. I know they have one out in California.
Yep, they do. They started that one last year, I believe.
Right. And I think
Redwoods area.
Trying to get one out on the East Coast somewhere too.
Yeah, so they're really expanding this, and it's realistically, if it's something you're into, something you can afford, it's like Joel said. I mean, everything's taken care of for you. You just show up. You know, you don't have to plan. You don't have the stress of anything else.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's pretty good.
And I think Amy Pett brought this up sometime last year. Why not plan one yourself?
Yeah, exactly.
Get a couple buddies. You can stay in Hurricane. You can stay in Kanab. Go out and explore.
Well, and the other thing with our community that's so cool is if you're doing stuff like that, you can always just look for assistance. Like, hey, me and my friends are coming from here to here. What are your recommendations?
Yeah.
I've seen people like put people up to stay.
Yeah.
You know, they've let them even camp in their yard. All these, trail runners are just awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, plan your own if you really want. If there's things you want to see, that's a good way to do it as well. So, but yeah, that's the only Ask TrailManners we got this week. If you have experience with that Grand Circle Trail Fest, let us comment. That helps people asking the questions as well. And then we'll get back with the other one that we got an email on just to make sure it's legit okay to do. Other than that, man, I think we're dialed in for the week. We got an interesting weekend coming up. We got a podcast scheduled with somebody, and then we also are going to be. This is a twist.
Yep.
A little nervous. Not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
Someone is going to be interviewing us on their podcast.
Right.
And that
we've never done before.
And so their podcast, we're recording Sunday. They're launching Monday.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they just emailed me yesterday.
Okay.
We're not going to say who or what. That's not our place. Right. But we will be interviewed.
Yeah.
On another podcast. So we will be switching roles.
Not really.
Kind of.
I don't know.
We're going to be asked the questions.
That's okay.
You know, I'm nervous.
I'm not.
What if it's like hard hitting?
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Right?
So yeah, but it'll be different. It's going to be different for sure. So we'll and when that happens, we'll share the link so you can go and listen to the show.
Right.
It won't be one of our shows.
No.
But it will definitely be on it. And we hope we represent all of you out there well and not embarrass ourselves more than we always do every week. But yeah, pretty interesting weekend lined up. The show we have planned for next Tuesday that we're doing is there. It's kind of tweaky just because of travel. The person's not here right now.
Yeah.
And plus the bus is broke down, so we got to figure that out.
We'll get it figured out.
Because I got that from the person interviewing us. They're driving to see us, and they're like, where are we doing it? And I didn't reply yet because I'm like, it's a very, very good question.
That is a great question.
Because the original thing was Studio 78.
Yeah.
But hopefully Valentine's Day, if I just go show it some like sea foam to put in the gas tank.
The behind.
Yeah, do a little patty cake. Maybe it'll be like, okay, now I'm feeling the love.
That's right.
You know, not getting any royalties from you announcing Studio 78 every week. So, But hopefully that'll work. So, yeah, look forward to those next week, and we'll be back. Make sure you send us your questions on Ask TrailManners. Have a great week. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you then.